Northbrook Middle School 8th grade students. Welcome back to week 5 of the DLD Show. It's me, Mr. Bork, here for Mr. Edwards, Mr. Parr, Miss Polycarp. We're back for another outstanding week of some interesting stuff, okay? This week we're going to be talking about juvenile justice, okay? Juvenile justice. This is going to be stuff that pertains to you guys, to people that are minors, all right? So go ahead and download that PowerPoint for juvenile justice. Okay, I think it's labeled DLD 14, the unruly and delinquent behavior one, and just kind of follow along as we go through this. First thing, a juvenile is a minor, but it's somebody specifically, as we're talking, from 13 to 17. The juvenile justice system in Georgia kind of operates from 13 to 17. If you're under 13, it's a different ball game, okay? And it's going to be, juvenile justice is different from adult justice. Adult justice is focused on punishment for crime. Rehab is part of it, but punishment is a big part of it too. Juvenile justice, it is more about rehab and trying to rehabilitate a minor than it is to punish them. And our $1 million question will be related to that. I'll tell you right now, our $1 million question is, do you think that's good? Should it be that way? Should juvenile justice have its emphasis on rehabilitation, or should it also model more of a punishment feature like the adult criminal justice system? Okay, so when you go to your discussion post today, that would be something to, give a thoughtful statement about your opinion and why, and then go reflect on 2 other postings to, go deeper into the conversation or perhaps ask a question. There are some differences in language you'll see in the PowerPoint. Like one of the most obvious is an adult is arrested. A juvenile is taken into custody. So you can see there's a chart there in the PowerPoint that shows just some of the different vocabulary differences. A juvenile can be charged with 2 kinds of offenses, okay? There's 2 kinds of different behaviors or offenses or acts. The first one is the Unruly Act, okay? Now the Unruly Act, this is something that only a kid can get in trouble for. That's just a real simple way to put it. You'll see there loitering, after hours loitering. Children can be found in being in violation of that, whereas an adult is not going to face that. Or like skipping school. If a kid skips school, that is against the law. But if an adult who's going to college decides not to go to class, they're not breaking any laws. They're hurting their future, but they're not breaking any laws. Things like smoking and drinking. These are things that adults can do, but children cannot. This is one. Disobeying the lawful instructions of your parents is an unruly behavior in the state of Georgia. Okay, these are only things that apply to kids. Now, the delinquent behavior, that's something that applies to everybody, okay? That's something that if an adult does it, they're going to get in trouble too. Some of the examples I gave there are like vandalism or assault or drug possession. But really anything that an adult does that lands them into the justice system, if a kid does it, that's a delinquent behavior, okay? Now, the consequences. The juvenile justice system has consequences for both unruly and delinquent behaviors. It totally matters on how severe the situation is, on what the punishment would be. But some of the things that they can do, the court can order like continued monitoring of an offender. You could get probation. They could send you to some sort of like rehabilitation or treatment center or something like that. Or they could, if it's severe, they could sentence you to YDC. YDC, the Youth Detention Center, and the county has one, and that's juvie jail. That's juvenile justice jail, and you can be sent there if the crime is severe enough, just like an adult would be sent to prison. So those are the basics kind of what's the difference between an unruly behavior, something that only kids can get in trouble for, and a delinquent behavior, what anybody's going to get in trouble for, and kind of what some of the punishment options are, okay, the consequences for it. Now, we're going to have ourselves a celebrity this week, and it changing gears. No, like I said last week, no fake Santa. This is a legit millionaire. This is somebody real. Okay, this is realio. This is the realio dealio. And your clue number one is that this is an Atlanta sports star. Okay, this is an Atlanta sports star. If you watch TV, Atlanta sports TV, you've watched this sports star perform. Okay, so that's number one. Hey, go out there and hit that $1 million question, and also go and look at the juvenile justice packet, and there's just a little bit that kind of just backs up what we're doing today. Hey, it's really great to see you again on the DLD Show. I'll catch you guys tomorrow and see you on the interweb.